One death, one success, one.
We are
fail.
recording. We're
You guys are tempting fucking
recording.
fate, yo.
I think
All
I'm
right.
dead.
Hello, everybody watching.
Hello,
Uh,
people watching.
So, really quick recap for those who missed out last week, who, like, nobody here. And hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina, and there's
Becca.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
and
At this
Jason,
point. Hi.
and shit.
Oh, which reminds me, I have had I've had a certain Becca ask me if she can guest. I figured I'd send it by you guys and see if that was okay.
Never.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard so many stories about this Becca.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
She got
Alright.
way too drunk off wine at the Red Fair. She was punching people. It was crazy.
So, last time on the Fallen Returns, you guys were heading back to the Dawnwood to check in on it. Arendir scouted ahead, at which point he smelled smoke, and suddenly his vision became clear that he had been having visions of the Dawnwood falling. He sent word back to the group. Everyone ran forward. Arendir scouted ahead, saw a shadowy figure and a hunched-over figure, finding out that it was Gregor, a figure from Corin's past with a hate boner for him, and the desire to become a lich, and the hag, who was sister to the hag that took the professor's daughter. Gregor, holding the limp form of Eowyn, tried to get away, but you guys laid down the law, with Corin getting the killing blow on Gregor. The hag was captured in a ball. The professor tried to interrogate her. She resisted. She took a fireball to the face, and then Telmar quickly and mercifully executed her. You found out that the temple had most of the townsfolk in there and was being protected by a ward, which, yay! The professor, knowing that the hag is out there, knowing that he can't rest until he finds exactly where she is, left the party. Connor, being a badass, went out and stabbed a tree, left a silver armband out there, and said, "You have to come back, you old elvish bastard. You gotta head up the Ministry of Magic for Talren, you know." And you all helped heal wounded, and Talmar had a surprisingly good line that worked for some fucking reason, leaving everyone scratching their goddamn heads going, how the fuck did that work out?
Line.
Rael ended up with Bella, and you all had a nice dinner and then spent the night recovering. At which case, we are now dawn, with the sunlight starting to filter through the trees. The extent of the damage is more noticeable now. There's a couple places where homes are burnt. A couple of the townspeople didn't make it. The gentleman that you brawled with, Connor, died. He was heard tell the first line of defense. They're holding the line while everyone escaped to the temple so they could be safe.
Good on that. You beat the shit out of him.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, he's dead.
A couple of the clerics are also dead, also holding the line so that the innocents could get into the temple and be safe.
I was up at dawn praying about all the people who died.
Including Rebecca, the one who constantly looked after Eowyn.
Yeah.
Gamel survived. He is down an eyeball, but he doesn't seem to be too fussed about this. He has since sort of taught himself his new depth perception by spilling drink all over himself. He learned really quickly not to spill his drink anymore, so he's doing a little bit better. Eowyn has not left your side, Corin. As soon as you were up praying, she is up with you, praying as well. There is the Basin of the Angels that's sitting on the altar. It has yet to be installed. What would you all like to do?
Well, I'll do that eventually, but if anybody else wants to do something.
Yeah, no, I've really got nothing to do here. Since the mercenary company should be coming in, anytime now, I'm gonna go wait for them.
I'll help with any repairs, stuff we can do. I don't know if we can start anything, but
Oh shit, I should probably working in a forge, getting shit back together.
I'm gonna continue helping with any medical stuff that needs done, burying the dead, anything that really needs to be done like that.
Yeah, after I run through positions and stuff, I'll help with forge stuff.
Okay, so you'll be assisting Connor. Rael, what would you like to do, my dear?
Do 18,000 things. I think the best thing that needs to be done right now is go back to the temple. I hope to take care of who didn't see there's anything additional there that she needs to do.
Okay, so most of you all go about helping, which they are infinitely grateful for, sort of mending the houses as best they can so it's livable. It's going to be a while before they can do it. About halfway through the morning, word gets to you through Gamel that Brennus has heard what has happened. He is bringing a contingency of paladins. You get the feeling that from Gamel that perhaps Brennus feels a little bit guilty for leaving. But it seems that one of the high clerics that serve under him was murdered in the days previous. At first they thought it was simply an accident, but more and more it seems to be foul play has been implicated. And now it was mentioned that he is even more worried, considering it pulled him away right before the attack on the Dawnwood. So you guys go, you take care of the people. They're extremely happy to see you. It gets to about noon when Gamel comes to you, Corin, and tells you that if you're going to be doing it, the temple has been cleared out. Most everybody is out and about, seeing to fixing things, shoring up. Aslan has gone out to redo the wards, this time strengthening them. She and Gamel are actually going to try to replicate a little bit of what Corin and the professor have done before. Which you all then also notice that the professor still has not come back. You get the feeling it might be a while before you see him again.
Okay. Alright, I guess. We might as well do it now. Alright. I head to the temple then.
It seems Gamel has made a place behind the altar, a sort of a place of honor where the basin can sit. It's been already moved there, but it needs to be ritualistically sort of set into the temple so it becomes part of the temple. Gamel has suggested that you do this. The basin came to you. It's obvious that this was a task meant for you, set forth by Palor. And he makes sure that the temple is completely empty so that you can focus on this.
I go up to the altar and kind of linger. And then look towards the basin. And is it filled with water already, or do I have to fill it as well?
There is a gold pitcher of water with a sun emblazoned on the side. It seems to be holy water, so that you can fill the basin with. Like, kind of like Galadriel, kind of like just
Right.
like, oh man, this looks so fucking sweet.
I grab the pitcher, and then I say, sunlight cleanses. Fill this cup. And I start to pour. And I say, protect my family. Protect my home.
Roll a wisdom check for me, Corin.
Fuck. Um, 17.
Okay. You feel a warmth in your chest as you start to pour, as you start to say the words. The water seems to catch the glint from the windows of the temple, and it almost looks like you're pouring liquid sunlight. And it fills the basin, and there's this sort of warmth that starts to radiate off of it. It's right about touching you, so it hasn't reached its full capacity yet, but it's getting there.
I'm going to put my hands on the bowl, and I'm going to just expend one of my, what the fuck is it called? Channel Divinities.
Roll a wisdom check with advantage.
19.
The warmth sort of expands, and it feels like the dawn as the sun comes up over the horizon. The first rays of it hit you as you pray in the morning, and the warmth expands, and you feel it not oppressive, but like sitting in front of the hearth after a long day of traveling in the cold. It settles into you, and the horrors that you went through yesterday are completely gone from your mind. And you know without a shadow of a doubt that this place stands and will stand, for this is a holy place to Paylor. I need you to make one last wisdom check.
21.
As you focus and you're in prayer, the sort of prayers you've learned over the years of being a cleric of Paylor just falling from your lips like a litany. The warmth sort of increases until it's like standing in front of the sun. And you look up, and high or low, Corin?
Well, what kind of question is that?
You know, I ask on the off chance that one of these days you fuckers will surprise me and say low. Like bidding $1 on The Price is Right. You look up, and you see a figure made out of pure golden sunlight standing in front of the basin. And this is a feeling that you've felt before. This is a presence you've felt before. And a arm comes up, fingers outstretched, and they touch you on your forehead. And the warmth sort of spills down your spine. And you hear a deep booming voice in your head. You have done well. This place stands and will stand. Go forth without worry, Corin Gladstone.
The light guides me as always.
I want you to mark on your character sheet you have a Blessing of Paylor.
Oh, fuck.
Show us on the doll where the angel touched you.
God damn it. Is that what you whispered, Mike?
Yeah. This will be important later when we go to the new temple and see Brennus.
As
Oh,
you
okay, got it.
as you watch, the hand withdraws. Walk in light. Beat back the darkness. And the light fades, and you kind of blink your eyes like you've been staring at the sun for too long. And you find yourself alone in the temple. But the basin now almost radiates a soft golden glow. And you know that the basin is now set up, so all those benefits that the basin has now gives to the temple. If it is attacked again by any demonic force, they will be able to call down a celestial ally to defend them.
So fucking cool.
This takes about a good hour, at which point, Connor, as you're working on making forging things needed to repair this town, you see people starting to run forward, not so much in fear, but trying to grab somebody, anybody. You hear talk that there is a military force just on the outside of town. They have no banners, but they say they're here to protect them.
I'll keep working, you go.
All right. I will approach the mercenary company. As who's leading it?
Battleforge's brother.
Well, better late than never.
I apologize, Your Majesty. It was tough going through the forest. We're not so familiar with fucking Empire. Fucking don't build roads like they fucking should.
Yeah, that fucking Empire. 500 strong, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I fear the worst is already past. So we'll leave a small detachment here. 100 men. Move the rest of the 400. The rest of your 400 can move towards Shar. I don't fear a large-scale invasion of this place, but this place is still good people, and it deserves to be protected.
Alright, I can do that. I can choose a good mix of people to stay here and keep an eye out. We have a couple of those Wolfsbane Rangers with us too. They're more suited for the forest.
Actually, ethereal voice.
Yes.
How far are we out from Shar?
It's 2 days back to Valen, and then a day, like half a day to get to the border.
All right. So at this point, it's not going to hurt to be traveling in force at this point because we're so close to the border. There's nothing really going to fuck with us.
No, not really.
All right. I believe we depart rather soon. So if the large detachment of your force will travel with us as we move to Shar and meet up with the rest of the companies for the assault. Do we know where the Dawn's Grace is, or is that the name of it?
We do have the town. Hold on.
God, I just love when he puts his pencil in his ear. It's so sexy.
Oh man.
Don't
Me
tell me
too,
the
then.
sign.
It's just such a practiced move.
Makes Chris all hot and bothered.
It is in Elam, in Shar.
Do we have any idea where Elam is?
It is, I believe that's where the prince is.
Ah, okay. So that is.
No, that is the artifact. That is the capital.
Oh,
So when we sack the city with the army, that's when we'll get the God's grace.
There's actually, from what you remember, the city itself is okay. The
Oh.
castle's the one that's having issues. They've essentially locked up and said, "We will see no visitors." The prince is asking for help because Daddy Dearest is acting really fucking weird, and he's neglecting the people. This can't happen, so he's been asking for anybody please come and help because Shar doesn't maintain a military.
Oh,
They
so
have-
we're just
with the
swooping in there and just fucking shit.
They essentially have what it amounts to as the Swiss Guard.
Oh yeah,
they-
I remember you saying that before.
Yeah.
They essentially have a corps that protects the capital. After that, they hire mercs like crazy because they have the bankroll to do it.
Yeah.
However, you all have fought most of the mercs this side of the mountain range.
So they're in trouble.
We're invading Poland at this point.
Essentially.
Yes.
However, if you meet up with the prince, you all have figured essentially what I've gotten from what you're saying is you got sanctioned to bring these troops in, so.
Uh,
I'm not saying blitzkrieg, but I'm saying blitzkrieg.
Oh, too real. That may not be the worst thing though. If there's no, look, I was expecting us to march in and fight against a demon army. So I guess no army is better than that.
Well, do we have any reports of sightings in this? Like, I'm speaking to the mercenary captain as well. I'm assuming he has a large, a reach throughout the Empire, Shar, and everything like that.
shadow fingers.
He actually employs a wily Emberfall woman as his spy master.
Of course.
Sounds familiar.
Uh,
I check his back for puncture wounds.
Oh.
she is a lovely woman, a very lovely woman. She's not here, so I mean it when I say it that she's a very lovely woman. And he cautiously looks around anyway. She has said there have been sightings of shadows prowling the streets of the capital at night.
I think so. Similar to what that merchant told us.
That some have even reported there are horrifying noises of shrieks and wails unearthly in nature. People are afraid to leave their houses at night.
So,
That's
So
nothing
we
new.
might actually need this army.
Well, even if we don't need it to fight, it's a show of force that may convince the king to open the doors anyway.
well, if he doesn't open the doors, we're gonna break him the fuck down.
Well, that's what I mean. If the six of us show up and we're like, hey, listen, he's probably not gonna, but we show up with however many thousands of men we have, he'll
With the
probably...
entirety of Talren, plus I think we've hired out 15,000
Yeah, it sounds right.
assorted mercs.
Hopefully
Get
he opens.
building, battering rams and siege towers and all that fun stuff if we need them too.
Yay, battle strategy.
Yay!
Oh,
I will say this. You know, traditionally, they've only ever had a Swiss Guard.
Right.
So there could be something more, and that's the whole point of bringing. My idea of still using like the whole hammer and anvil strategy still stands. So
No, that's
Yeah.
perfect, I think. I mean,
assuming they actually try to meet us in the field or something.
that's assuming they
they
try to
also
meet.
show the
Which I
Empire
doubt
and
they
all
will.
the other countries that were fucking serious about
But-
this shit.
Well, thank you, Battleforge. You've done me a great honor by marching out here, even though it was for nothing. But
I wish we would have gotten here sooner.
to tell you the truth, it was only two invaders. They were strong and magic and the like, but it was nothing. I fear that your soldiers would get in the way at that point. It was more to our strengths.
It was personal.
It was very personal.
Well, then, I will. We'll keep a couple people here as help. Doesn't seem there's very many in the way of warriors. He's looking about.
Most of them fell in the original fighting. And have those bodies been taken care of?
Yes, they have been given proper burial, cleansed, taken care of. There's been no time for grieving, but they're going to do that later once everything is taken care of.
Well, I expect those you leave behind to show them how Tal Ren honor the honored dead. They died fighting. They died with honor. So.
And they will be celebrated as such. And we will keep an eye out. This place is deserving of that. So I'll put I'll put one of my finest captains here just to make sure.
I believe we're leaving tomorrow, right? Or soonish. Insert day when we leave. This is when we're leaving.
Acknowledged.
I'll be going then.
Conversation terminated.
Roger.
Oh god.
So he sets about picking out what men would play to the strengths of the Dawnwood to protect it, and he picks a surprising for Tal Ren, a half-elven captain. He wears no colors other than woodland browns and greens. He calls him Donald. And he seems to be the captain that's going to be in charge of this. He has some more of the Rangers. He has a couple of really good fighters in there too. And strange to your eyes, Connor, they give this half-elvish man a lot of respect. And as you watch, there is deep scars in his armor, and he has a wicked one that goes from his right cheek across his nose, curling up his left forehead. And there is a streak of white in his brown hair where the scar has touched his hairline.
Well, if he's in such high regard, I will assume that he is battle-proven and worthy of leading, no matter what race he is. It's not like we're some Empire scum choosing.
No, Battleforge will tell you that he is the bastard son of the current Lord of Wolfsbane.
Oh.
That he did not feel welcome at home, so he went to make his life as a merc, even though he was still trained as a ranger of Wolfsbane. He has won the loyalty of the others through combat prowess. He has taken down things like manticores and chimeras down by himself. He is definitely... All the people there are completely and 100% loyal to him, and he is 100% loyal to you. And you get the feeling that Donald and his men will fight to the very last breath for the Dawnwood.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'll start making sure they're settled and ready to roll. And,
Yeah.
I'll start organizing troop movements and shit. Yay, I'm a king.
Corin, you do know that Bella is immediately finding places for these new soldiers to stay. The inn is surprisingly still mostly intact, so she's going to be setting up most of them there.
There's also room
There's-
in the temple. If
There's the temple, and there's a couple people who are willing to take them into their homes.
They could also build.
These
a
people
barracks.
are coming here to protect them. It is the least they can do to open up their
yeah, we
hospitality.
have a room slot available anyway, so we can make a barracks.
Which Gamble actually comes up and talks to you about.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's been damage, he is going to set about rebuilding it. And that this is going to be more than just a temple. This is going to be a stronghold for you all, for Paylor, for the Dawn's Graces.
Fuck yeah.
So he's already talked to Brennis about this before. They were figuring out how they were going to do this, but now with a lot of the city needing repair, they're probably just going to start making this place a stronghold. This will never happen again as far as Gamble is concerned.
I think that's for the best. With all the paladins coming, maybe they'll be able to help. It'll be like the old days when we first built this place from the ground up.
I may have lost my eye, but I can still hold a hammer and a nail just as well. Just may get my thumb more often than not now.
Just be careful, you old fool.
Well, that's why Paylor gave me another. He wiggles his other thumb. It starts to bleed in the evening now. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I think we're like, at least I'm set. The effects we've got, 400 mercenaries making our way to Shar, and
we go in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just doing what I can around the village and spending as much time as I can with Azzy.
I'll go over to Rael with my dulcimer, and I'll say, should we give the people some music, some distraction?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
And I'll try to keep up.
Both of you roll with advantage because you've got each other backing each other up.
I want to learn to play an instrument.
What's our proficiency for? Okay.
Yay!
Oof.
Hey, I kept up.
You've actually here and here as you play, you've picked up quite a bit from Rael, and you're like, hey, this isn't so bad. Rael, you're like, this isn't my best work, but
We'll meet in the middle.
you guys have found a good harmony, and people seem a lot happier and a lot lighter than they've been since you guys have come to save the day. And you get lots of thank yous, and people bringing you bottles of wine, bottles of whiskey, food, cheeses, their sweetmeats. They're like thanking you guys because not only are you saved them from death, you've also taken your time out to help rebuild and then help soothe them, and you guys are beyond heroes in their eyes.
Arondir just has an armful of wine and whiskey. Is it always like this?
Sometimes, yes.
I picked the wrong line of work.
Not where I'm standing.
And I've just been at the forge literally working all day, not really stopping at all.
Roll a con save for me, Kaladin.
Smash these things.
15.
Yeah, by the end of the day, towards supper time, you are aching. You're covered in sweat and soot, but it feels good. It's a good burn in your muscles that you're helping these people rebuild.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of the tension of like the professor leaving and everything that happened and all the memories those dredged up. It's you pour it into your metalworking. And so by the time you're ready to join everybody else at dinner, you feel sort of a sense of contentness that you didn't have before. You feel lighter.
Thank you.
Before we all go to bed, I want to talk to Aelin.
Alrighty then.
Oh, we got fucking music ready.
Oh, I've had this track since I got your backstory,
Oh my gosh.
and I've just been forgetting it because I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
So you managed to find her. She's found a sort of nook in the temple where not most people would find her. There's some pillows and blankets, and she seems to have a very worn book of magic. You don't recognize the writing as the professor's, but you surmise it might be Aslan's that she's lent her. And she looks up at you, her eyes wide, as you stand there and sort of then kneel down to get towards her level.
I sit down and cross-legged. Hello, dear.
Hi, Dad.
Are you alright?
I don't want you to go. I don't want any of you to go.
I know. I don't want to go either. But it doesn't have to be like this again. You don't have to wait for me anymore. Now I want you to do something. Aslan's been teaching you magic. And Gamel has started to show you things, right?
Yeah.
Put your heart into those. Get strong. I wish I could tell you that I can always protect you. But sometimes you have to protect yourself. And you're getting older. Soon you won't need me to protect you. And I want you to be ready.
I will, Dad. Just... Camel doesn't think I know. But I know. I hear him talking about the darkness and the demons. I have nightmares. I don't want to lose you like I lost Mama.
You know I have nightmares too. It's what keeps me going. 'Cause I won't let them come true. I won't let them take me down. I will always fight. Because that's what we have to do. We have to fight for each other, for our family, for the people of this world who don't deserve darkness. It's important. Not many people can take up this. Only strong. Like you.
Like you. Like you protect me and Uncle Connor and Uncle Aaron Deer and Auntie Kel and Auntie Rael.
Don't forget Talmar, the professor. I protect them too.
Protect everybody. But you gotta protect yourself too, Dad. You have to come back. Promise me you'll come back.
I always come back here. Always will. Because that's the thing. My friends protect me too.
She kind of dislodges herself from where she's sitting and just throws herself into your arms. Just hugs you tight. And looking a little bit older than you will remember, she has a very solemn face, and she holds out her pinky to you. Dad, you got a pinky promise.
My pinky promise. I swear. It's the most important vow I've ever made.
come back. All of you, be safe, please.
We will. I promise.
And I promise I'm gonna learn how to protect myself and Gamble and Willow and the Dawnwood. Someday I'll be able to protect you all too.
I know you will. Because you're a lot like your father.
That's what Gamble says.
And take care of him as well.
I will. I'll make sure he doesn't trip over things.
I think it might be time for you to go to bed, Missy.
Dad,
No buts.
but
Nope. Not a single one.
can't I stay up with you for a little while longer? You're gonna be leaving tomorrow, aren't you?
Alright. I'll like kind of squeeze into the little cranny and pull her in with me.
She actually reads to you. She shows you what she's been learning, what she's been reading, and after a while, she sort of ends up nodding off into your arms. And you take her to bed. You all get rest for the night. Wake up fresh the next day. What little they can part with in terms of rations and whatnot, they give you all. Most of the town has gotten together and scraped up as much as they could. These people have you to thank for their lives, for their village, and there's no way in their eyes they can ever repay you, but they're going to try. And everybody comes out in full force to see you all off. Before you leave, Gamble comes up to you, Corin, and I have been holding on to this for quite some time, lad. I found it here, the temple, ages ago when we first came here. I've been holding on to it as if waiting for the right moment. And I think that's now, and I think this is meant for you. Give me your holy symbol.
Hand it to him.
He takes it and then he fishes out of his pocket this gem. It looks like a sunburst caught inside amber. It's gorgeous. And he sort of fiddles with it until there's this audible click as the gem fits in. And he hands it back to you. I read somewhere in what little records we could find here. I think that's called the Sun's Blessing. But hopefully it'll serve you well.
Thank you, Gamma. We'll be alright in the end, I think.
Well, if there's anybody who can make through this bullshit, it's you and your friends.
We have a long road ahead of us still. But I foresee some lightness ahead. At least for some time.
It's going to be... It's going to get darker before it gets better. And there's so much darkness in this world right now. And this is... So much hangs in the balance. But you all will continue to go forward instead of going back. Because you all are holding on to something. You're holding on to the fact that there is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. Paylor's blessings upon you, lad, and the others, to all of you. Walk in his light.
Wouldn't even know if I told you, Gamma. I give him a hug and set out with everybody else. Are we
Alright.
going with the like whole mercenary company too?
400 of them were leaving 100 behind the
So
Dawnwood.
cool.
Or about that, enough to be at least a.
I'm so happy that we're gonna just roll through Valen. Like, what you gonna do, motherfuckers? We're already basically there.
Check your journal, Chris.
Oh fuck!
You got something cool.
Whereas granted a +2 to con, immune to poison condition and resistant to poison damage. Granted the firebolt cantrip, and once a day can cast one of the following spells as an action without expending a spell slot. Use cleric DC/attack resets at dawn. Sunbeam or investiture of flame.
Holy
Sunbeam?
Damn.
Fuck!
Oh
that's awesome.
shit! I can use that without expending a spell slot. Oh my god.
It's pretty fucking OP.
Yeah, it's super fucking OP. I can't wait.
It's
+2 to
either
con.
or, so you can't cast both. You can only cast one.
Right, I figured it'll be a thing. Okay, that's amazing. Oh my god.
Well, you guys are getting up. Just wait until you get your artifact, Charles.
Gonna take an extra session now, just because of that.
No.
Telmar, you easily pick Azzy out of the crowd. She's actually standing next to Aowen with a hand on her shoulder.
I'll go and walk on over there. So we're leaving again.
I noticed. It's always the way, isn't it?
It seems we can't really ever stay together for very long, can we?
It's the life of an adventurer.
Unfortunately. I'm gonna look to Awen and say, "Hey, look after Azzy for me, would you? I know you're gonna be a powerful source or wizard one day, so I think you should be able to handle it."
I'll do my best, Uncle Telmar.
I smile and pat her on the head.
And Azzy will look to you, an eyebrow arched, but she's smiling. She pulls you into a hug. Do me a favor and don't die.
That's the idea, yes.
She pulls you in, she gives you a kiss, and tells you, come back soon, alright?
I'll do my best. Keep this place safe.
I will.
I'm very proud of you.
Jeez, you're gonna make me blush in front of everybody, and then I'm gonna lose my reputation.
What?
My reputation's all that a girl has.
You wouldn't want that.
No, we wouldn't. Now go on, you have work to do.
Indeed.
Go save the world like the knight in shining armor upon his white gallant steed is supposed to.
I'm into Bucky, you said that.
Please do, I always did like your horse.
I'll smile and give her one last hug and then head off.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Battleforge takes the banner and they start flying the colors as you all leave for out of the Dawnwood and towards Valen.
All right, because I've got this perfect image in my head of us just thundering through Valen without stopping for anything, with just banner flying.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's so,
That sounds amazing.
that's so awesome.
Perfect.
Oh, I can't believe I have Firebolt now. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
It's a fucking ride.
Yeah, I do have a question for Rael while we travel montage, though. I don't know where Sticky went, though.
I'm still here. I'm
Oh.
just
Okay.
I'm gonna be muted most of the time, so you guys don't hear me like sneezing and blowing my nose and coughing to death.
You're gonna hear it from my side, man.
I take off the ring I have
Yeah.
and I ask her, "How's your heraldry knowledge? Do you recognize that?" And I hand her the ring that has
Not my
the
specialty.
leaf
but-
with 3 arrows on it.
Alright, so what am I rolling? History?
Yes, please.
That's good. Have a +6. That's not so good. 12.
You are not sure exactly what it means, but you've seen something reminiscent of this before.
Do I remember where?
You have actually never been there, but you've seen it in writing and books and in stories of the land called Geist. It is a land which it seems very land itself repels anybody it does not want in there. It's rumored that there are a people that call the forest their home. The forest there is far more ancient than the grove. And unlike the ancient grove, which falls into periods of sleep, it's said that this forest is sentient and alive.
Oh. So I'm gonna relate that.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get this idea?
While we were in Mythgar and I sent my mother a note with Gwaine, he returned with a note from her and that. And
Goodness.
the note said that it was from my mother, and she said that that was of my father's. He had left it with her to give to me one day.
Well, I would definitely hold it close. That's some heritage.
Yeah. I take it back and I put it on. Thanks, Raya.
Wish I knew more for you. Maybe once we get to a proper library, I can do some research.
I think they got one of those in Shaw, right? Somewhere? I remember the professor rambling about it.
If there's anywhere there's a library, I can find it. And yeah, I had to do some. I don't know if I'd call it research in Shaw, but I have a contact that I know is there. It might be able to get us a little bit more in the underground. He works for the Greenbrier,
Perfect.
among other things, I'm sure.
Alright, well, let's get these 400 slow-moving mercenaries through this forest.
Indeed.
You all head on. I am looking for thing. Why can I not find thing? Alright, so you all managed to get a couple days travel. You break out of the forest and to Villain. Are you going through Villain or are you going around Villain?
The showman in me wants to go through
I
Villain.
want to go through the villain too.
The sneaky ranger is going to suggest we go around. We don't want to start shit in the Empire.
The diplomat in me says we probably shouldn't, antagonize Valen.
Not antagonizing anything. We're traveling through. It's just a
As
very big show of force.
I see it as an advisor to the king, not that we should. But...
Oh shit.
As much as I would enjoy just storming through there, I think
really
we
alone in this
probably
corner?
should.
Are we really alone in this?
I believe we are alone in this.
I mean, it's your army, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But that's my
Purely,
advice.
purely my advice. You do whatever you want. We'll follow you.
God,
But I'll scowl, and Bucky will scowl probably. We'll do that regardless.
just with his horse, just like
Angry horse face.
you would no. We're gonna screw it. I've got contacts in Velen. Fuck it.
Fuck yes.
Alright.
Do you send word ahead?
I will send word. I will send word because I don't want to run down any townspeople.
So you, as you're in the forest, because I'm making this easier, you decide to send word to Lucia that you're coming in full force with colors flying. You get about, as soon as you get about half a day's travel outside Velen, there's this sort of boop, as you feel something sort of enter your pouch. You pull it out. It's a piece of telescription paper. In the flowing handwriting of Lucia, it says, "Well, shit." And then it says, "I got it. Don't worry." So when you finally march through Velen, you there seems to be almost an avenue through where you guys can march through where you're not going to run over anybody. And it seems there are kids shouting and just screaming in joy, following you guys. For some reason, they think it's a parade.
It's a parade at a gallop, though.
I really wish.
As you guys are moving at a quick clip through the city, people tend to look at you. Most don't seem to know or recognize what the colors you fly are. There are a couple who blanch. They're typically older.
That probably makes Connor really happy.
I'm waving.
You get about halfway through town when you get by the Crown Jewels, and you notice a familiar figure standing outside, leaning against the wall of the establishment, looking up as you guys pass by, and does a very almost queenly wave to you all.
I'm gonna turn to Arendir, and you said this would be a bad idea.
Look, I don't do well in cities.
You guys
Just gonna wave to the crowd.
managed to make it out of Velen in record time. It seems that most everybody was either else places or whatnot. As you all moved through the city, you did hear what seemed to be the sounds of a party going on the opposite end of the city. As you get out of Velen, Connor, you feel a familiar pop of telescription paper. You unfurl it, and in Lucia's handwriting it says, "That was for the other night. If you come back here, let me know. Otherwise, safe travels."
All right, I shall pocket the paper.
As you all manage to quickly get to the border between Tucknell and Shar, you notice that the sort of forest start to let up a little bit. It seems that this is more plains than the rolling forest and hills of the Empire. Are you heading to the capital, or are you heading to see the prince?
Well, I would assume we would have set a rendezvous point with the mercenaries I sent north before us.
Yes, it's about halfway through. So the meeting point you set up, you can either go to see the prince or you can go to the capital itself.
All right, so we're going to hit the meeting point first because I want to gather the entirety of the mercenary companies I fought, and I also want to send a thing of telescription paper to the ones leading to the Talredian army, Battleforge and Hexblade.
Yep.
I want to ask where they are and how far where they're sitting. If they're in that city where we're supposed to meet the whatever the hell it was called, it was something weird.
The prince?
Yeah, the prince. Where?
Yeah, it's like Badgerham or something.
Yeah.
Badgerheim.
Badger.
Badira?
Badira. Thank you.
Yeah, you know that is probably the port they're going to pull into, because it offers the quickest route from a port city where the ships can land with the troops to the capital. It's also the biggest port they got, and with the amount of ships needed to take the army over, this is the most viable port city you guys can go to.
All right. So if I'll send as we're traveling, I'll send that, and then we'll meet up with the. If it's cool for the entire group, is we'll meet up with the mercenary company, at our rendezvous point, and then we'll decide if we're going to be sending. Do we want to meet with the prince first, or do we just want to?
I felt like we want to meet with the prince first because he might have some info about what the fuck is going on in the castle.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. He'll know
Okay.
the layout of the capital and everything.
You guys managed to get to the rendezvous point. You can sail. You can see it from a couple miles off of this large encampment of mercenary soldiers. They seem largely unharassed, but you notice tents and colors and banners of the merc groups flying. As you all ride up, you are at the encampment where there is a large tent set up as a sort of communications hub. As you guys arrive, you're ushered into where you see the heads of the merc groups already waiting for you, having gotten wind of your arrival.
The elves should be there also, right?
Yes, they are. They are in their own little encampment as well. Aaron, dear, you know the ranger that was sent as sort of the captain on site. You've never really talked to him. He's very quiet, speaks when spoken to, but commands a lot of respect throughout the ranks.
Okay.
All right. As we approach the encampment, that the pavilion, is all the merc captains I hired there?
Yes, they're all there. And the ranger's name is Llewellyn. For the ranger out of Shar as the head.
Well, I'm impressed with how many men you've managed to scrape together in such a short amount of time.
Well, you're paying us like we should, so.
Yes, I am. So, what is the final number?
I think we hit about the mark we discussed, about 15,000.
Plus what's coming from Talren.
You are going to have a massive army if you're also dragging from Talren.
Oh, well, this is the first true strike of this little war of ours. And I mean it to be a decisive and brutal one. Alright, so we need to meet with this prince, and I believe we'll be traveling in force at this point. We're moving an army now. This is the 6 of us will most likely ride ahead, be a little bit quicker and faster. But I believe we will be storming the castle, as it said, sooner than later.
Well, do you want us to go with you to go talk to this prince, or do you want us to go set up outside of the capital?
I'm going to turn to my advisors at this point. This makes sense to me. We send the outward force, and if they do meet any resistance, the rest of the army will be following shortly behind us, so it shouldn't be an issue.
I think that's a good idea. The prince, I think, has his own force as well, so theoretically he can meet up with that force after we've talked to him, and we can have basically the entire capital surrounded.
That's not a bad plan, I guess.
Hmm.
I'm not much of a strategist, though.
Nor am I.
Well, here's our smaller force to draw the enemy out. Mercenary companies. So if there is any hidden shadow force demons, whatever it is in the castle or the capital, this may draw them out of their hiding to fight us in the open. If they do, I'm fairly certain we have numbers. And if we don't have numbers, we've got skill.
If we don't have numbers, I'm scared.
Yeah. So, refresh me if I misunderstood this. Are we going to go ahead and contact the prince first?
Yes, so what will be...
Okay.
My idea is we're sending
That's what I would like to do as well.
the mercenary company, the 15,000, towards the capital, setting up their lines, heading towards... While we head towards Badgerville, because I can't remember... You just said it like 3 minutes ago, and I can't remember it.
Nice.
Badgerville really got it right.
I don't know. I think I'm going to call it Badgerville too.
I'm
Oh,
so
you tried
sorry,
so hard
Snicket.
to get-
I will
I'm
never
so
forget
sorry.
it.
This is your Pervon.
Yes, Jimmy was a fix.
I mean, that's not a bad plan. We do have Captain Llewellyn and the Rangers from Shaolin also could be a expeditionary thing. I don't know. They could come with us. Maybe we could. They'll move as fast as we can.
So yes, it's the idea. So if there's any force, these 15,000 may draw it out, and then we can.
Right.
Hopefully their force isn't enormous.
Hopefully, but they're only hiding it within one city, so I would assume that.
Yeah, unless they have a demon living in every single house, you know.
Yeah.
Dalmar, you're way too touching with reality right now. It's not. I'm not liking it.
It's the
It's-
sickness. I love
it's
the
too
stuff they
real.
breathe in.
It's too real. But I think this is an adequate plan. We are.
Yes.
It also depends, I guess, if they actually decide to meet us in the field and don't intend to make us fight a siege.
Well, it's something I don't want to do, but this wouldn't be the first city I sacked.
It'll be my first one.
If it were me, I would sit behind the walls and make us fight them on the walls, but that's me, though.
Well, I guess send your word, right? You have your subscription paper to Lord Battleforge and Lady Hexblade.
Yep.
Hopefully, we'll get more information from them.
Yep, as we head to
Badgerville.
Badgerville.
There you are.
Badgerville.
Mushroom.
You said my hell name.
The Rangers from Shaolin actually look to you, Arendir, to see what you would like them to do. If you want them to go as the King of Telran commands, or if you would have them do other things.
What do you think we should do? We could have them scout first, maybe?
I think they would be much more used as scouts and the eyes of our army than they would ever do in the back lines shooting arrows. We have thousands of people to shoot arrows. We have only so many skilled scouts and eyes of our army.
Right, so should we send them ahead of the mercenaries to the capital?
Yeah, that would make the best use of them. We can at least figure out what's in the city,
Right.
if there is anything, or if these rumors of a shadow creeping through the town at night are actually legitimate or just propaganda pushed out by a mad king.
Right.
Or
Alright.
both.
Keep them in pairs, but under strict orders to not be seen.
Right. Yes, I will inform Captain Llewellyn. Heard a lot about you, and I know your men are the best Shaolin has, and we need you to go ahead of the mercenary group to the capital, and we need you to scout out the capital. There's rumors of a shadow moving about at night in the city. We need to know what's there.
He inclines his head to you, and you hear in Elvish, "It will be done."
In Elvish, I thank him.
With that, he sort of bows his head to you all, and then retreats and starts giving orders immediately.
Elves are very efficient. Alright, well, I guess I find a chair somewhere, put my feet up, and I say, I guess we wait to hear back from the larger army.
I would assume we would start making our way towards,
I take my feet off the table and sigh and say, "Oh, of course, your lordship. Let's go."
I'm going to smack the shit out of you, Aaron.
Aaron,
My
you are
God,
not
my
going to
ass
speak
is
about
sore
your
from
lordship,
riding all
mister.
day.
Oh, I have just have a happen 100 rangers on retainer right now.
Hey, look, man, I didn't know my father was from across the continent, right? That's where Geist is?
Yes.
Yeah, across the continent. I thought he was just some guy. My
Well,
mom folds sheets for a living.
you know, I'm gonna start calling you my lord too at this rate. I'm gonna call half of you my lord probably by the end of this.
I mean,
You better not fucking pull that with me.
something
We're
like
gonna find out you're some kind of long lost dwarven queen.
Oh, fuck off.
That would be incredibly awkward if we tell them.
Or silversmiths, that's it.
I think we're at
Thinking behind that, I'm a farmer's son.
My family's
Well,
assholes.
sort of.
my dad farmed dirt, you farm dirt.
My family are assholes. There's a reason I didn't go visit them when we were in Islandora.
Well, we didn't exactly meet the professor's
Passing
family
by
either. So.
Garderobe is fine.
I think it's something we're all going to have to deal with or get used to. We're important. And I hold up or motion to my bow, and then to everyone else's fucking artifact of the gods that we have. Something shows us. We're going to have to...
Religion
Oh,
out
God.
of Arendir. I love it. Can I talk to you about Bahamut?
I throw up.
Oh, we got room for another holy warrior. You can become a druid or something.
Oh, great. I heard something about a nature domain with the clerics.
Ooh, even better. See?
That's true.
No, cat.
Meow.
No. I was gonna say something, but I've forgotten, so never mind.
I'm so sorry. I drove it out of your mind.
So, are we
I'll think of it.
Are we camped outside of town? Where are we exactly?
We're just
Oh.
inside Shar, I think.
We're like in the midpoint for where we can either branch out to the capital or Badger Down.
I think we're just at a field somewhere.
Yeah.
Capital is Badgertown, I thought.
No, it's not. That's the port city is Badger Town.
Oh, okay, where the prince is.
Yeah, you guys are.
I'm
Jesus
sorry. I'm getting
fucking-
all turned around because names are changing.
Yeah.
How far does defense go again?
You guys, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, we're dying over here.
Lord, you two.
You started it.
I'm almost better. Like I'm getting
How
over it.
far in miles would you say either one is?
Oh god, I don't know.
A
I'm
bunch.
just thinking of how fast a hawk can travel in an hour.
Like, if you're trying to send Glane out and do beast sense with him, he's not going to be able to scout out either city.
Okay, never mind then.
You guys have some travel to do to get to either city, so
But we could do it once we're an hour out or closer.
yeah.
I just like being able to get terrain sense and see if there's anything we can do strategy-wise with that.
Well, I think you guys are going to Margaritaville.
Correct.
Say,
Well, that's where
I-
Anger is every day.
Speaking of, I should get another beer.
I'm not so good in the wild, but once we get to cities, it is.
So we Tiberius walk our way across the plains to Badgerville.
Wasting away again, Margaritaville.
Definitely one of the like not good Jimmy Buffett songs, in my opinion.
You're
There
Jimmy
are
Buffett.
Good Jimmy Buffett. Good. Blah. There are good Jimmy Buffett.
So,
Are the great Jimmy Buffett songs.
Wow.
I just had to get my dislike for Jimmy Buffett out there.
totally didn't take this from Ask Creed. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys managed to get about an hour out. It is a. We're gonna pretend this is an ocean because this is the wrong one, but fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. It's a port town because I said it. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna fix it. I'll fix it. Look, this is all water. Look at the water. It's beachfront property, yo.
Here, I'll help.
So, oh my god.
Oh, I
it's
had
so-
it zoomed in so that river did look like the ocean. I didn't know what you guys were talking about.
Why is it on fire?
I'm helping.
Here, I'll give us some grass.
So
There we
you
go.
guys, I swear to Christ, Kyle. You
Oh,
guys, you guys get about an hour out if you want to send Gwaine out with Beast Sense to go see, because you will no longer have Mirai.
I would break my heart like that.
There's been no mornings of begging for bacon.
Except for me.
I'll start giving my bacon to Bucky instead.
Gwaine's a little bit sadder because he's missing his flying companion.
I know, buddy. We'll see. We'll find her soon.
Okay. Fly, go see, scout.
Let Keldin do the thing first, and then yes.
Okay. Kaladin, do the thing. He stretches out his arms.
I assume she does the thing.
Morgan, are you frozen, dear? Don't move if you're frozen. Right. So, Kellen, I had 2 hours of sleep last night. I'm hopped up on so much cold medicine right now.
It's good. It's
The
good.
best combination.
So, Badgerville. Anyway, so I can fly higher than the eagle.
Yes,
You are the wind beneath my wings.
because you're a hawk,
Uh,
a falcon, whatever.
I like an eagle. So, do we has Morgan?
I think we has Morgan.
Gee golly, I do love Roll20. So I'm just tell her, you fly out. It's mostly plains with a little bit of hills here and there, smattering. It's a quiet port city. It's huge though. Towering. Oh my god, I can't think straight. Towering buildings. You see one with a massive dome over the top. There's a bustling port. Are you having him fly into the city?
Yeah. Around over it.
What you guys get is there are quite a few. Welcome back, Marion.
Why? It always happens when I'm about to do stuff.
It's because it knows.
It knows.
You didn't miss much. It's just, the city is wide stretching, towering buildings. This is a commanding port. The port itself, the docks are just run the whole length of this sort of stretch of the city. As Gwaine flies over the ports, you see ships from all around the continent dock there. You see ships of the Empire. You see a lot from Islanora. You see a lot of Shar's own ships. You see an interesting one bearing the banner of Persephone. As he flies, as you see, there's a couple automatons walking across the top of the ship. There's a couple from Ducasis, the idyllic duchy. You see even a couple from Othilla. And then you see what seems to be a line of Islandor ships flying the colors of the elvish city-state of Valendaryl.
There's our army.
And it looks like they just freshly pulled into port. Around this time, pop! His Majesty gets the telescription paper telling you that they have arrived in port, that they are going to negotiate the troops getting off. They are trying to also arrange a meeting with the prince. If you all are marching into the city, Lady Hexblade would love to meet you all and see that you all are safe, and you all can go and see the prince together.
I will reply. This is a grand idea. We will meet you at the docks. Oh, I'll inform her in person. No need to put it on paper.
So, boop, that goes off without a hitch. Gwen comes back and gives you the full report. It doesn't seem like there's too much here. Seems like a normal port city.
All right, perfect. I relay everything to everyone, or just Kelly didn't relay it because she did the thing.
Yep, Kellan gets to relay all this.
We know what happened.
Sorry, here we go.
It's like a port city or something. Surprisingly devoid of badgers.
Wait, this is a port city?
How she can fong you?
We turn around and we just noticed for the first time Talmar's riding Bucky backwards.
Bucky is refusing to charge in any more battles, and this is what he's been doing all day.
Perfect. Well,
Hey. Hey, you see this? You see this? And Bucky starts wiggling his tail. Is this a horse's ass? Or is this you? The world may never know.
You're so smart. And I give him another sugar cube.
Never mind, I take it back. You're pretty alright, I guess.
There's more in that if you go into battle with me again.
Oh, lead me not into temptation. I know my own way.
Well, let's hope we don't get accosted on the way into the city. I'd rather not have to fight our way to the docks.
That sounds like a grand idea. That's just me.
No.
The prince is looking.
Yes.
If they do accost us, like, one of the guys who's good at talking should talk.
So me.
But with the words, not the fists.
I was thinking Rael or me, actually.
I have a +2 to charisma. Fuck you guys.
Yes,
Or
I have a +1.
I have a +4.
Well, who has the army?
Look, don't pull that card every time now.
I know, right?
Yes, Your Highness.
I
Oh.
punched Talmar.
If you're gonna act like a king, you're gonna be talked to like a king, alright?
I punched Connor back, by the way.
Children, the love of you.
Punch Buggy, no punch back.
We approach the city.
You approach the city. It is surprisingly devoid of badgers, mushrooms, or snakes, leading to much disappointment.
What does it mean?
You guys, it's just you all, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys meet little no resistance. You enter through the western gate, head into the city proper, and heading towards the docks where you can meet up with Tessa Hexblade and Lord Tyrannus Battleforge, who you have not seen in quite some time. Uh, this is very much unlike most other ports you've met, where it's been sort of a port, a little tiny fishing village that's grown up. It seems the streets here have been designed. There's a efficient flow of traffic. It's easy enough to get towards the docks. As soon as you've reached there, you manage to find, you see Talmar dying. You all see the line of ships from Valadero that the
Good lord. Oh.
Excuse me.
I am so
Do I
looking
need to
forward to.
boop you again?
I'm
Jesus.
so looking
You
forward to
got all
when I
the
hit
stuff.
that stage. You all, you all managed to find the line of ships. As you're cutting through the docks, you see a small contingency of soldiers wearing the Battleforge colors. You see a tall woman dressed in armor in the Hexblade colors. You see a large, imposing bear of a man wearing Battleforge colors. For first time in a long while, you see Tyrannus and Tess. And they catch sight of you, and they break out into easy smiles and wave you all over, happy to see that you all have survived.
Well, I see that you all made it here safely.
If you call those fucking ships safely, Tyrannus looks like he is extremely happy to be off the ship. You get the feeling he doesn't travel well on ships. Tess seems a little bit more at ease and goes, "We all made it just fine. Whatever you all have done to get us the ship seemed to have worked flawlessly. We were not harassed at all. We were able to board the ships and immediately head over. I don't know what the cost was, but it was well spent. All of our forces have arrived."
Truth be told, I don't even know what the cost is, but we'll get to that later. Well, let's walk and talk. I understand that you've been seeking audience with this prince.
Indeed, we have. We were told that we could not offload the Telranian soldiers until we had clearance. The lord of this port has seceded his authority to the prince. The prince now commands the city.
And then we need to go talk to him.
Can you talk to the prince?
Once he hears what we have to say, I'm sure he'll let us pass.
Tess points up to a rather commanding keep that sort of sits in the center of the docks, docks stretching out left and right of it. That is the Portmaster's Keep. It's an old name. It would have something more grand. But over the years, they've tried many grand names, and the locals still call it the port. So that is where the prince is currently staying.
All right. As we're walking, I've also managed to secure about 15,000 assorted mercenary companies. They're waiting outside the capital, or at least they're marching there now.
Tyrannus grins wide. We'll have a right proper force then.
I think your brother was also one of them, Tyrannus.
My brother. That bastard. Glad he's doing something with his life.
Good man from what I've seen, but
Oh, he is. He's a good man. Did not want to be the spare to my heir. So he went and forged a different life for himself. Can't blame him. He didn't want to sit at home being old. confined and stuffed up.
Aye, but he's still loyal to the king, so he's good in our eyes.
Oh, definitely. If he wasn't, then we'd have words. Tyrannus just... What the hell are you rolling?
I didn't know that would happen if I clicked that.
Right. So,
Sorry.
Tessa just sort of rolls her eyes and smiles at you all and goes, we have an audience at the ready whenever you all are.
Well, let's get this done. Anything else you guys wish to do before we speak to this prince, or?
No. We need to speak to him so we can offload our army and rid Shar of this demon menace.
What was the prince's name again, Snicket?
Abub.
It was something like that, though.
Amir.
Amir. Okay.
Oh.
I was
that's
close.
his name.
Mike with the save again.
Ooh, excuse me.
Tessa says that there will be time to probably take a look around and do any necessary shopping afterwards, but speaking to the prince is probably paramount. The troops are getting a little bit antsy being cooped up on the ship any longer than they have to be.
Yes.
Onward or forward, then.
You manage to make your way to the keep. The port is bustling and busy. There's calls of business. There's a scent of salt water in the air. It's fresh and clean. Unlike most of the places you've been to now, there is no touch of darkness here. You manage to get to the keep, where you're welcomed with open arms. It seems that the prince is doing his best to be the antithesis of what his father's doing. Swear his keep, his castle has been closed off to the public. The doors are thrown open. There are guards vouched for safety, but it seems that people are free to come and go as they please, to speak with the prince and to the lord of Badira. You all managed to walk through, led through winding, elegant marble floor hallways with vaulted ceilings. The ceilings are painted, but not in the frescoes and murals that you're used to with the Empire. These are geometric patterns, script stylized to look like shapes. It is absolutely gorgeous. There are bright, vivid colors. You can see, you saw in Belen the sort of flavor of Shar. Little bits and pieces, the bright colors. Here it's in full display with gem tones and metallics, and it is gorgeous. You're led down a set of hallways to what seems to be a giant open study, with walls of scrolls, and there's stone tablets even, and books. There seem to be two people standing before a giant wooden desk. One of them is an older man, hair already steely gray, face weathered and worn from the years. The gentleman talking to him looks to be not much older than Talmar. Young, fresh face, jet black hair pulled back in a thick plait, sort of sun-kissed skin. He wears sort of a set of armor. There is no robes here. There is no finery. He is dressed as if he is ready to go to war.
That was the first thing that popped into my head.
Nice.
As you all manage to walk up, Tessa starts to take a little bit on point as someone who's already talked. She offers a deep bow of her head. Prince Amir, these are the folk I was talking about. Allow me to introduce to you our glorious king of Telren, Connor Blackmall, and his compatriots, his advisors, and she'll introduce you all one at a time to him. And Prince Amir turns and looks at you all. There is the seal of his family's house emblazoned on the center of his breastplate, which is 3 spears, 1 vertical, the 2 crossing, and in the center of it is a lion's head. And he sort of sits there and he gives you all a courtly bow, a wry smile on his face. Well met. I have been told that you all are here to help.
Indeed, we are. I understand that your esteemed father has locked himself in his castle and is refusing to see any visitors for some time now.
Indeed, that is the truth of it. He is not the man that I knew. He has changed. Different. People suffer for it. And I cannot idly stand by and watch my people suffer for this. I have called for help. I am glad that you all have answered me. I have been told, and he motions to Tyrannus and Tess, that you come with an army.
Well, we come with 2, but...
Even better. Things have changed since I've left the capital. The rumors I am hearing, I do not wish they are true, but in my heart I fear that they are.
They are.
What rumors are these? The shadow that stalks the night, or something worse?
Shadows. Multiple.
Shadows.
Not only that, it is best that I start at the beginning so you can get the full story of what has happened. This started when they were working at the bottom of the keep. It is old. It is the oldest part of the castle. There was a room we did not know about. Ancient, old, the markings long since worn away. My father asked that it be excavated, that it would be for the glory of Shar and the university, a prized piece. Whatever artifacts lay within could be researched. Any secrets they held. Things started to change after that. Subtle at first, the way he acted. No longer warm, but cold, as if the fire in his heart had gone out. He started listening to myself and my sisters less. His advisors he sent away, except the Vizier. The Vizier, he's the one who pressured him to excavate it quickly. He wanted whatever was down there, we needed to get quickly. He said it was so that whatever was in there did not deteriorate. But I never liked that man. He was always a bit strange, but he left on holiday to visit family, he said, and when he came back it was worse. After that, he sent my sisters away. He told them to leave. Sent them to one of the temples out by the mountains. Told that they weren't allowed to be at court anymore for insubordination, almost treading the line of treason. I couldn't stand it. I left. After that, I walked the city streets, though I was not supposed to. I got the pulse of the people there. How are you supposed to rule, to govern, if you do not know your people, do not know their wants, their needs, their dreams, their desires. I will admit that I sometimes fill in with roguish types. There was one of them that I met recently before I left. She was a kind woman, kinder than she believed herself to be at any rate. She plays Derail. She was a wood elf, like yourself.
Was she?
Yes, very handy with a dagger. I learned that the hard way. She's still in the city, being my eyes and my ears, as well as some other rogues that I have under my employ. That's how I know of the shadows. Multiple, they've been getting worse. And there have been talk of a strange band of mercenaries that have been called into the city, wearing blackened armor. With a clenched fist as their mark.
Does that ring any bells with anything we've seen so far?
Nope.
No, right? Okay.
Yeah, no. Actually, no. Never mind. How many strong were they?
I only ever met the captain. He had the ear of the vizier and had the ear of my father. From what I could gather of what I could see, 500, which matches the Imperial Guard.
1,000. So we have
what sort of man was this captain? Did he seem particularly dark or cruel?
He was awful. Standing in the room with him, you felt as if the sun would never shine again. As if all the light in the world had been sucked out. I just thought he was... Oh, what's the colloquial term for it? A killjoy? But he was worse. He treated the servants poorly. If they spilled his drink, he would, with his armored fist, hit them until they bled, until they were broken. Please, I'm begging you. Help me take back the castle. I do not know if my father can be reasoned with, but what he is doing, what is happening, cannot be allowed to stand. My people come first, and I will do what I have to free them from this.
Allow my soldiers and my army to disembark from the ships, and we'll end this now. Sooner the better.
I will say that of all the kingdoms, I am glad it is Talran that answers my call of aid. The ferocity and the tenacity of your people is legendary. We will break these bastards upon our weapons. You have complete and utter authority to disembark and to march and to camp wherever you need. The Kingdom of Shar is open to you.
Thank you for your kindness and hospitality, and I mean to end this plight of your people as soon and as peacefully as possible. But I need to know of defensive structures in your city, the capital, any secret entrances, anything, any matters of secret state that you would otherwise keep silent. Because any edge we have on this thing, for I fear that it is a foe far greater than what you think it is. I think they dug too deep and found something old. something that we've been hunting and something we've been killing. And if one's up and moving at full strength, we'll need every edge to combat it.
Let me just say, it's a threat that could be worth thousands upon thousands of men.
Forgive my interruption, but may I speak with everyone, Prince Amir, or everyone but except Prince Amir? And I back us
Could
up a
use
second.
the earring.
Well, I mean, we're standing in the same.
He's gonna stand there silently, just like,
Um,
Because that's not suspicious.
Yeah.
we will give you space to converse. I will go and grab what plans I have so that you may see the fortifications and what you are up against, please. And he and what seems to be the lord of the city pull back further into the library, giving you guys privacy to talk.
Very well. Look, I think we should just tell him what is happening for real. No
Agreed.
more of this. They dug deep, and it's a threat cost 1,000 lives. We just tell him what's at stake. We need an ally in the light.
We need
Could
we
it-
also should confirm with him that after this is over, we have an ally in him and Shar for the coming war that's probably going to happen.
I mean, what could
Yes.
I hurt at this point?
I don't have a objection to either thing.
I am totally fine with being in the open about this. I'm sick of this cloak and shadow bullshit anyway.
Alright.
We spent so long in secrecy. Now's not the time for it.
Yes, we just marched an army into another country. We can't keep that secret anymore.
Fair.
Doesn't it
Fair.
feel great, Erendir?
But where's the trees, though?
Trees are overrated.
Should we have a park?
So I'm all about those urban green spaces.
Yeah.
I
was
always
all-
figured you'd be more interested in, taverns, but okay.
I mean,
No, that's
cabin in the
me.
woods.
Try out their new rums.
The prince comes back with a large scroll that he unfurls on the desk. Putting paperweights down, you see the layout of the city. He points to the outer walls and says, "These are our ancient and perhaps one of our best defenses. These are walls that were put up in the reign of Theodosius. They are nigh impenetrable. They have survived a millennia of war. They will be hard to penetrate, but with the proper application, knowing the inside like I do, we can direct your army to points where it would be easy to overcome."
So what you're saying is that there's a drainage hole about yay big, and you run a guy with a screaming.
Let's do it.
I'll do my
Oh.
best to take them down, but it's gonna fail.
Legolas!
Okay, so
God, I'm pippin in that situation, aren't I?
There is a gate that is structurally weaker than the rest. It was damaged in an earthquake some 75 years ago. They've not shored it up because we have not been in a military scuffle in so long that has threatened the capital. They did not see fit to properly fix it back up. If we hit there and we hit hard, it will take them a while to get any significant force to stop us, if you desire to siege the city and not draw them out.
a siege does not play to our strengths at this point. We do have the numbers, but the city has to fall. The city has to fall quickly. We are not prepared for a siege, and I have no idea. And if Keldon's right in their timekeeping, it's October. And I don't know what your winters are like, but I'm not willing to sit out here for 6 months starving some force out.
Do we have
Yeah.
enough food for 30,000 people?
No, we do not.
No, we need to build siege towers. We need to build catapults. We need to build battering rams and
If-
break through.
If
I
we
mean, if we need to get sneaky, do you think your rogue friends might know other ways in?
Possibly. It would take some time. I'm pretty sure I could get some reliable intelligence from them as we arrive closer to the capital.
I mean, we have used that tactic before, and it worked pretty well at the time.
However, if I know my father, if he is still even a fraction of the man I think he is, if you present any show of mighty force, he will want to meet out and crush it. He fears the capital being sieged. The last time our capital was sieged, it was burnt to the ground by some Goliath barbarians from the mountains with their fucking elephants.
Right, so you're saying that I need to go contact Goliaths in the mountains then?
That sounds awesome.
Oh god.
I already have done so. They await my command.
What?
And
You young,
there's a new level of respect.
you are a young man, and I have so much respect for you at this moment in time. For not just cowering behind some title. You're, oh,
I am not some princeling to sit on silk pillows. I wish to be the man of my people. I am their champion. How can I earn their respect, the right to rule over them, if I do not do right by them? And my father may have forgotten, but I do not, of when our house led the battle. It's been lost since we've become accountants, cry havoc, and let loose the dogs of accountancy. I know they are traditionally not friendly to us, but this threatens them as well as it threatens us. It isn't an easy alliance, but they will be useful. And I have studied from the best. I will admit that the epics from Talran are a favorite of mine.
Don't worry, you'll be able to see some of those heroics soon enough.
Sooner rather than later, if we
When
assault
you
the
say that,
city.
Corin, you swear for a fraction of a second there's almost a childlike gleam of joy in his eye. We shall have your troops disembark. We shall immediately march to the capital. If the forces do not meet us outright, as I hope they will, we can go through the northernmost gate. It is weak, and they generally expect it out of the west or the southern gates. Those are the largest. They typically will be the ones an invading force will go after. If we go to the north, it will take them some time to meet us, and by then we shall have filtered through the city, giving you all enough time to perhaps head to the castle, if need be. You take the king. You take the entirety of Shar.
Wouldn't they know if our whole army masses at that gate? Wouldn't they know that's where we're heading to? We're not gonna be able to exactly hide 30,000 people.
well, I wouldn't take the entire army. We need a commando strike force at that point. A few hundred men, the best, the strongest, the quickest. Smash the gate and start running wildfire through that city.
Except not literally burn it.
So, how damaged is this gate? I mean, they don't defend it at all. They don't have any watchmen at it.
They'll have
To me, that sounds like a trap.
No, they have watchmen at it. But if you have a significant force, you will be able to break the gate easily enough.
I don't understand why they would leave such an obvious vulnerable weakness in their city.
Tell me, what do you know of my country?
Talvar, the
Little
last
to
time
nothing.
this place was ransacked, he said, was a long time ago. They haven't had any reason to suspect any sort of outside force to come in. Besides, we have two forces coming from two different directions. I think this is the best bet that we're going to get.
He nods as Corin speaks and then goes, Let me tell you of how my family has run things since coming to power. They win wars through money, embargoes, and whatnot. We strangle countries financially. We ruin their economies until they bow. There has not been a significant force on our land for quite some time. Since I believe the last time we had such an army here was during the War of the Lich Queen.
That was many hundreds of years ago.
We've had skirmishes here and there, some with Ilanora, some with the Empire, but never to the point where we needed to field tens of thousands of soldiers. Like I said, we thrive on trade, on currency. If we cannot strangle it through economic means, then it is not a fight we wish to fight. It is just structurally weaker than the rest. It has not been shored up. It'll be hard fought. Do not mistake that I am saying this will be easy. It is just the best point of entry. They will not expect it there.
Then that's our task.
I don't know. It just seems to me like if you know you have a weak spot in your city, that'd be the first place you make someone to attack. But anyways, that's fine.
Would you want to go to the more heavily armored side of the fortress, or
No, I'm just wary of a trap here because just all common sense screams.
if you have a better solution, Talmar, then please tell us.
I don't, but you know, it just seems odd to me. That's all.
I think you have a good point, though. But this king is also poisoned in some way.
That is true. But I just also fear the corruption of what we know lurks in that city. Or what we fear lurks in that city.
That's a good point.
I hate to bring something like this up, but I understand this is for the good of mankind, and we're trying to be all altruistic about this and everything. But you understand Talren will take a fifth. It's tradition.
I fully accept this. The alternative is I sit here with what puny forces I've managed to accomplish to get together and hope it is for the best. I am young and green, but I hope I am not that stupid. I need help, and I'm willing to pay for it.
That's a good thing. It means the army is going to be a little less wild and things. Destroying plunder is never a good idea.
As I have said, we are a country of trade. There's plenty of spoils to be had. We have, before here, have sat on one of the most prosperous times in recent memory. Besides the fact that we can help you forge alliances with some of the other less sociable kingdoms on the western coast. Likely Persephone, the tieflings aren't very open, not because they don't care, but because they're used to a world that does not take their demonic countenance too well.
We're going to need everyone after this. This is the start of something large.
Did we tell him about the demon Lord
I'm
General?
about to say brass tacks here at this moment. What we believe your father discovered when he opened up whatever crypt room ever it was an ancient demon general. And if we are right, and by whatever power above, I hope we're wrong, because if there's one of those things awake and at its full strength, I fear that it'll be a hard fight, even with us outnumbering them as much as we do. It won't be easy.
Never is.
Most- No, most things in life worth fighting for really are. That is what I feared. I do not know what he found, what might be taken there. Whatever it is, you have me and my people at your back. We will fight this darkness toe to toe. We will make them break upon our weapons.
Very good. I will.
Let's
I
go
will
to
go.
our army.
Let's say I'm gonna go full. I'm gonna go oversee the unloading of ships and just the general mobilization of troops because I'm assuming we're gonna get moving as soon as possible.
Oh, definitely. And Prince Amir immediately starts to give orders to any and all willing and able to help the Tal'Ren forces disembark and to get quickly through the city out of the gates so you can start amassing outside.
Well, it looks like we're actually marching to war.
Oh,
It's real now. I mean, it's been real for a very long time, but
Now it's like the larger part of it's real.
it's
Right.
getting bigger.
Right.
We've been a small group striking out of the shadows, playing this war, this chess game we didn't understand. Now, we make our first strike. We're no longer acting reactively at this point. We are.
feels like
Feel good about
we're finally acting on the same scale as they are.
And hopefully, we take one of those bastards down.
You guys are going toe to toe with them, meeting them sword for sword. You're no longer a group of adventurers running through the shadows, hoping to get what precious time you have to armor yourselves up. You are the heads of a force to help protect this world. Tessa and Tyrannus managed to get everybody out and in proper formation to march onto the capital. Amir joins you. He has a small but loyal core of what was the royal guard with him. Those who wanted to see whatever was going on ended. And I take it you guys start marching off to the capital.
As
Yes.
as we go, I would like to sort of just, not necessarily grab, but say to Prince Amir as we are going, I like information. I like stories. To be able to get a hold of a band of rogues, I think still would be good. You said you had a contact.
I have several.
Maybe, maybe I can get something useful. I don't think I'll have time before the battle, but afterwards, maybe.
For sure. I have the Lady Wood Elf, as I told you. There's a halfling gentleman, as well as he looks at your instrument and goes, a bardic gnome. Very fond of saying "Viva la Resistance."
Everybody always underestimates the gnomes. That's why they do so damn well.
True enough. Did you want me to contact them now?
I think it would be helpful. Any assistance they can maybe muster resistance, as you will, within the city, I think would be good. Even if they could just get folks that are not capable of fighting out of the way. And God forbid this goes badly, and I would hate for people to get hurt.
That's what my people are precious to me. I was thinking about contacting them and seeing if they can make sure as many people are safe as possible. I will do so.
Thank you.
Of course. So you all ride to the capital you guys get about almost a day out when you all notice there is a pair of rangers coming up to you all at clipped pace.
Okay.
The
Um,
Elven Rangers.
They are the Elven Rangers of Shalloon. They were scouting as you told them.
Wonderful.
They've come back to report. There is a auburn hair wood elf who bows to you all and then gives you the report of there is a far larger force than what we thought.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
I translate from Elvish to Common for Connor.
I understand Elvish, actually.
I do it for Kaladin then.
Yeah, just tell him I think he doesn't speak Spanish. Spanish? Elvish.
You really need one of us to teach you Elvish along this trip. I probably could, actually.
There is about 5,000, with rumors of more coming. They are sporting things we have never seen before. The rumors of shadows are true. The shadows have taken shape. They seem to be siege monsters. Made to break armies. There are movements suggesting that they are pulling more in. They're coming from somewhere, but they don't see anything going into the city. They seem to be manifesting outside of the wall somehow. But it seems that they're making overtures to meet us in open combat.
Ooh. That may be a mistake.
It is a mistake. This is where we shine. This is where we will break them.
That's very fortunate for us. If that army hid behind their city walls, I don't know if we could take the city.
So, I'm going to turn to Amir. How far are those Goliath allies you said you spoke of?
They should be meeting your mercenaries, to be honest. They've been in the lowlands waiting with their elephants.
So we're about a day out, right?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do, turn to the group. Well, this is what we planned for. This is what we meant to do. I'm going to hold up a description paper. I'm going to send them the 15,000 and the Goliaths start assaulting the city. And as we arrive, hopefully, one charge breaks their lines.
I like it.
We scatter their forces, we mop them up.
Splitting the army, then pincering them.
I'm not sure. I think that's a good idea, but I'm worried about them being able to teleport in and out of the city, it seems. And we have the magic, we have the Hexblades with us. They'll be going up against a magical army with swords. I mean, we'll come in after.
Well, to tell you the truth, I actually have no idea what these mercenaries are capable of. These are the most highly trained that we were able to hire and find. I'm pretty sure they have some tricks up their sleeves.
That's
Oh, yeah. You know, the Merc group ran by the Dragonborn had
Alright.
Eldritch Knights.
That's right.
Also, I think, Connor, you would know this having talked to them about the breakdown of the Merc groups, has a contingency of swords for hire from Isla Nora of an ancient art called blade singing.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I know about that.
Isn't
That's what my
Tessa
dad
a
is.
blade singer?
Tessa is a blade singer. She is a human blade singer, which is extremely rare.
My dad's a blade singer.
I think that
Given what my family does, I might have heard of those.
I think if we 12 hours, they can hold for 12 hours, and they can hold their fucking own at this point. I think that think this is our best shot.
I agree. We come in there like fucking crazy bats out of hell and smash them.
Yes, I just had a thought. If we send the scouts back to Captain Llewellyn and inform him about the weakened Northern Gate,
Those are our commandos.
those are the commandos.
Oh my god.
That's a
Fucking
perfect
brilliant,
plan.
Aaron dear.
That's what we do. Hopefully they just scale the walls and get in there and unlock the gate.
Can I ask once, what's the topography looking like? Is this like city built in like a divot on a hill on what?
They seem to be built on top of a hill.
Damn it.
This was a city that was built for defense. Anybody who's trained in history can roll it.
I think I am, actually.
Nope, wrong character.
No wings of Versailles this round.
I am. Hey, it's pretty damn good, actually. 23.
Rael, you have heard about this. This was a city built to never fall, and it has only fallen twice in the entire history of the city. Okay, yes, go ahead.
You know,
I'm seriously joking.
It's... The fortifications of this place are legendary. It does not fall. Only twice ever.
we'll make it 3 this round then.
Indeed. Is Prince Amir stand there with us? Or
Oh yeah, you guys are marshalling troops. He kind of wants to be there.
were you able to get a hold of your people?
I have been. They are getting people to safety. There are temples around the city that have been used as safe havens before. They are going to ground as much as they can, and unsurprisingly, the Thieves Guild that has embedded itself in the city has also helped.
Of
Without-
course.
Without people, there's no business for them. At least they can be helpful in that way.
Absolutely. You have to have a market in order to have money. Also, if there are any able-bodied that are inside the city that want to help, I'm
Well,
sure we wouldn't turn them away.
They have been alerted if we can get any help once your commandos get inside, they shall be of assistance.
Good.
Does Talmor have a helmet?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, when I'm fighting, I don't have it on unless I'm fighting or about to go into battle, but yeah.
All right, so really
I wear full
dumb,
plate.
random question I want to do. So with my blacksmithing skills, would be any way I could fashion a pair of like Valkyrie wings off the sides of them?
That is so amazing, and I so want you to be able to do that.
But they're dragon wings.
Yes, dragon wings. I want to be a winged hussar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find enough. It's not going to be super elegant or high quality, but
It's not so much. Just set up a forge.
So,
Yes, exactly. Just for this, what to do?
you have a cavalry force, don't you?
Yeah, we do. One of
Should
the,
I lead it? I'm imagining this huge wedge of cavalry just charging into the side of that army now,
That's kind of badass.
and I'll be at the point of the spear.
The only thing missing is it coming down a mountain.
I
But
know.
we'll live with what we get.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna split the party during a massive battle.
Exactly. It's gonna be, I think,
It'll be super easy to keep track of. Don't worry.
exactly. We're gonna have this huge scale fight. That you got this, right, Nick?
Yeah, you got this.
actually,
That's- yeah.
so you're telling the Rangers to go back and to tell Llewellyn that he's going to be commandos, yes?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I tell them that to inform them of the northern gate is weak. You strike it swiftly.
It will be done. And quick. Arendir, they do to you what you do to the party. You blink and they're gone.
Is it always like that?
Yeah, that's
quite
what it's like.
annoying.
Generally,
Uh,
even with my eyes. Yes.
you all are, I take it, then returning to the march and heading towards the capital?
Oh yes. So yeah, so the telescription paper about when we're about 12 hours out that we are to assault the city. And shit's gonna go down, I'm assuming, next session.
Yeah.
I really want
Because
to
next
get some
session,
armor for
ladies and
Bucky
gentlemen,
now.
we are doing the epic large battle combat rules.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we
Yes,
wanted.
you guys, we are doing this.
Yes!
I gotta look up that shit, because, oh my god,
Oh,
Brian.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll
think
send
I
I'll
put it
send it to
all.
you in the group chat.
I've got it.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, as we're writing, she's bringing out her book and she's starting to write. I have an idea. See if I get to use it.
So I figured if you guys were going to assault the capital, that there was going to be a large scale battle. So gonna do it up as epic as we fucking can. So that's why this is where we're ending for the night. So next week we will begin the battle.
God.
Say
Begin
bye to recording,
the battle.
everybody. Bye, recording.
Bye recording.
Bye, recording.
Bye.
Until next
Wow,
week.
we all did. Wow.
Goodbye, children.
And thank you, Chris, for doing that.
Mwah.
Yes.
Chris, our new record guy.
Yeah.